Okay, well, Kufar, Akbar, everybody, welcome to another edition of the Crescent discussion group. This is a live streamed YouTube show dedicated to rightly dividing the truth between Christianity and Islam. I am your host, Eric TheKafir, coming to you from the cavernous cave, or no, the cavernous, how does that go? The cavernous depths of the Kafir cave in Dar al-Harb, Kafiristan. There we go. I got it out. Thank you and welcome to the show. We are here every Monday at 5:30 Central Standard Time, except this week we are here at 6:30 because I had a basketball game that I had to go to. I had to go see my grandson play. He's in 6th grade and plays for the middle school team. That's 6, 7, and 8, just so you know. And he really doesn't get to play a lot because he's got a case of low, meaning he is short. And he plays really well for the JV. So when they have a JV team or game, I try to go out of my way to go see it because that's when he does play. And they scored, I think, 30 some odd points tonight, and he had 7. So he does really good. He's a good little scrapper. Reminds me of me. I'm serious too. When I was in school, I played. I was an all-state basketball player in high school. I don't mean to brag or anything, but I was good in the day. But not so much anymore. Okay, so I need to make an announcement here because there's some people out there that I have been a regular donor, monthly donor to their Patreon accounts, and I've kept 2, Chris Claus and Usama Dakduk. I've kept those 2. And those of you who I was giving to previously, I apologize. But let's see, Bot Ricks. Oh, okay. I apologize, but we have trimmed up significantly some of the Kafir budget here for a couple reasons. But we were going through the bills. Yeah, I mean, if you just go through the bills and you just see how much money you have out going to. Oh, whatever it was, whether it's a fee for this, a subscription to this, or whatever it is, we're just like, what are we doing? And we got rid of about $440, I think, off of our. I can't remember how much it was. It was quite a bit. But so also, I'm not sure how this is going to affect the show. Rad, you can tell me. We're going to start using Restream. And Paul, Paul, what are you doing? I need you to come up online, Paul, because I want to talk to you about StreamYard. I see he's in the chat. But what is the difference between Restream and StreamYard? Is it going to affect the show at all? Is it more?
Well, from what I've been looking at it, well, I sent you a link. I'll have to find the links. But they have for $16, you can stream to 3 locations. Okay, and it has pretty much all the same kind of quirks that StreamYard has. Right. I'm not sure on the intro. I'm not sure on the automatic intro and the new feature of the green room, which I thought would be really cool, or is really cool if we could ever use it in StreamYard, which we're not going to be able to because you're canceling it.
Well, let me just tell everybody why I'm canceling StreamYard. I was paying $20 a month for StreamYard, and I was...
It started out at $10 a month, I remember.
Whatever it was. Yeah, it was really low. And this is to get everybody away from... What about Zoom? I never considered that. It doesn't matter. But anyway, what I was saying, though, is that we were using StreamYard or Zoom, and then we switched over to StreamYard. StreamYard was a good fit. Started off like $10 a month, $15, then went up to $25. Now it's at $45 a month. Paul, is that what you're paying right now? Is $45 a month?
There's a bunch of us that got in on it, and we paid by the year. So I'm not sure exactly how that works out.
Are you all using the same account or something? Or
yes. Yeah.
And invite
No. Maybe you could get with them. No, maybe you could get with them and just do it that way.
Yeah. We could probably. I'll talk to Lynn about it. So Lynn organizes it for us, so
Well, I don't want to. I don't want to pinch it.
No,
'cause
but
you'll
yeah,
be uploading. You know the
Oh,
kind of nonsense that we do here. I mean, we were out of control. We have stuff like, where is it? Hold on, I just had it right there.
I would choose the cow.
Choose a cow. And we would do something.
That wasn't exactly a clever move, mate, was it?
It was a very clever move.
You really think so?
It was the perfect
You know, it's people like
Everybody
you.
needs to
You know,
know.
it's people
They
like
need
you.
to know.
No.
Aisha
How old was Josie?
lying.
How old was
You-
Josie?
Oh!
Yes, we would do that to that, and I don't want to do that to somebody.
Yeah.
They probably wouldn't accept that.
Probably somebody out there that is looking for partners. That's just a way. That's another way to deal with it. I'm wondering how much the boost is going to cost for us in the long run. We might consider another platform too.
Oh, okay. Because it's $45 a month. I was just
It's double. It's almost doubled. So
yeah, and that's the thing. And they didn't tell me.
and
Well,
then
Why don't
green
why
room-
don't next show?
well, it's nice. I don't know if it's going to be. It's not. I don't know if it's worth that much because a green room thing is something you usually see with someone who has lots of guests. It works for some of the stuff we do, but if you're not having guests,
well, nobody ever wants to come on here because of Rad, and I don't know if
well,
I don't know why everybody hates.
I
me.
have
It's really
one
nice.
person who wants to come on, and I usually say no.
Okay, well, I wasn't sure what you were doing, or if you knew that this is happened. I checked your bill, but that's
Yeah.
that's kind of ridiculous to almost double your price overnight. And I didn't see the only thing that I saw as an improvement on the platform was when you start your show, it automatically plays your intro video, and then when you end your show, it plays the cold close where Yasakati is talking about whatever. But anyway, okay. All right. Well,
Hold on, real quick. So just looking at it right now. Let me pull it up here. So RealStream, they got the free version. You got the watermark, but you can multi-stream on 2 channels. So you can do Facebook. So you can do YouTube and whatever. That's free. Okay.
For StreamYard?
No, for RealStream, it's free.
Okay.
But like I said, you're going to have the watermark. And with the free version, you can have simultaneous channels. It doesn't say how many people you can have on. Yeah, no, 6 on screen. 6 on screen with the free version. Okay. Then they have the $10 a month, but you got to pay this by the year. So it'd be $114 per year. Okay. So that's how you get the savings. But you can have 10 on screen, and you got all the goodies, and you could stream to 3 different channels, I believe. Yeah, 3 channels, which would be good.
all right. Well, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, you got all the goodies. So that $10 a month was good.
Yeah, we'll have a meeting sometime this month, and we'll get it all worked out. Doggone it. Okay. All right. So today, we're 20 minutes or 10. Oh, we're only 10 minutes of the show, but it doesn't matter. Okay. So today, what we're going to do is we're going to hit on 3 things. And I saw our good friend David Wood and Apostate Prophet had got a hold of my show description, and they decided to do a live stream last night, basically on the same content that I had planned to do this week. But there was a video that went viral. When was it? It was before last week, because I had it queued up for last week's show, but we didn't get to it because all we did was talk politics, and I was wore out by the time we'd gotten done with that.
Is that the video you sent me, Red?
Yeah.
Played for. That's yeah. I played that for Usama's show.
Yeah, where the dad is choking out the daughter.
No.
Wow.
The Hamas one?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. The Hamas ladies.
Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the religion of peace.
Pieces.
Religion of pieces here. and their contribution to society. Which one is this? This is it.
This
Right?
happened in Washington State. Are you going to play that one? In Washington State, United
I'm
States.
not sure where it happened. I don't know where this was.
Yeah.
This in Washington State? Yeah.
Yeah, this was in Washington State. Well, wait, let me set up for you. I got to set up for you. So, okay. So here's actually, we got to, yeah, okay. So here's what happened. The 17-year-old Iraqi girl was
You have to full
betrothed to
screen
an
that.
older man.
You want to full screen that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out how to do that.
On the bottom right, when you go towards it, you'll see on the bottom right there's a grow box. Or I think you might have to hit play first.
Mine can,
So hit play first, and you might be able to do it.
I don't. It's not doing
Play.
it. I don't know why.
all right, I can pull it up. I can pull it up. I'll pull it up. I'll share it. All right. Anyway, let me share it. Get out. Okay. Remove you. Let me find it here. Hold on. But anyway, so let me give you the background on this. So she is 17 years old. She's an Iraqi, living in Washington State. Here, let me read it to you. A Washington State teenager. Actually, let me share it. And I'll read it to you. Hold on.
This is where the dad wants to send her back to Iraq for an arranged marriage. That's the bottom line. Cut to the bottom line. Cut to the chase. That's
Hold on. Let me share. No. The whole. Hold on.
Yeah, and it kills me how the not right wants to.
They're refugees, right? They're so fearful of going home, they send their daughter.
All right.
I say take away any finances and charge them for it, whatever they've used.
All right. A Washington State teenage girl was nearly choked to death by her father after she refused an arranged marriage with an older Iraqi man. Her father, quote, her father had recently been threatening her with honor killing for refusing an arranged marriage with an older man in another country, according to court documents. The 17-year-old girl ran away from her home to Timberline High School in Lacey, Washington, after her parents tried to put her on a plane to Iraq. The girl's parents came looking for her in the morning of October 18th and found her with her boyfriend at the bus stop in front of the high school. This is in front of a high school. This happened in Washington State. The father, Ishan Ali, pulls up in his truck and loses his mind, screaming at her in Arabic before lashing out and punching her boyfriend in the face. Ali puts his daughter in a headlock and tries to choke her to death. The boyfriend's father said his son, the boyfriend's father said his son starts to see her eyes roll back and her arms start flailing before she went limp and unconscious as he tried to save her. The boyfriend and his fellow students were able to subdue Ali until police arrived. Ishan Ali and his wife, Zahira Ali, was charged with attempted murder and attempted kidnapping and are now being held on bond. The 17-year-old girl's condition is unknown. So here, let me make it a big screen for you. See, that's how it's done, Eric. Just saying. Let's go back to the beginning. Can you all see it? We good?
we can see it. Yeah.
Okay, now it's blurred out, but look at these. Look at these are teenage boys beating on a grown man who's strangling her daughter or his daughter. This dude's got her in a death grip. Watch this.
They're trying. Yeah, they're doing what they can to hit him all. Something like that. You just got to curb stomp him. You just can't.
Well,
Yeah, I mean,
look at her.
thankfully,
She's choking.
Yeah. And the boyfriend, the boyfriend, there was an interview that I saw with the boyfriend's dad because the guy had attacked the boyfriend, and the boyfriend's dad was saying, it was by the grace of God that he was there at that time to at least provide some assistance to get that old man off of her. But when people say that these things, these honor killings are not real, and we all know that's BS. We know that they are real. But what is more frightening is this is coming to our backyards now. This is coming to this is in the United States. This practice is
Well, in
United.
the UK, they now have 24/7 honor killing and fearful of marriage, like you're talking about, forced marriage hotlines in Birmingham alone. They have their own private hotline. There has been a hotline across the UK created about 5 years ago due to all of the forced marriages and honor killings. So
Well, no, are these forced marriages marriages in the UK, or forced marriages of girls that were in the UK that had to leave to?
that's a combination, because when the UK talks about it, it's sometimes they're helping UK citizens escape those forced marriages where their mothers and fathers have married them off to people in foreign countries, so they'll try and get the kids home.
Yeah,
So it's both. So they get the UK involved in other people's governments because they don't. I mean, it's their citizens, and though they just charged a parent, what was it, in Birmingham for doing this. And I looked up the Birmingham statistics. Let me share those with you. This wonderful Birmingham place. Oh my gosh!
Is this
I put this
on your show Thursday with Claire or no?
I don't. Did we talk about Birmingham?
Well, we talked about rape gangs, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Well, Birmingham is just bad. I'm just disgusted with. I look at it. It's kind of personally offensive to me because, my family is. My family's British, and I'm just kind of.
Oh, no wonder.
No one.
Oh my gosh!
It's a bad joke.
I'm just so offended by this whole thing.
Yeah.
Mm.
Let me see if I can find it.
But when you start talking about England, you think of Rotherham. This is a city. They had 2,000. I could count 2,000 of its young girls that were raped, groomed, and pimped out, and the police didn't do squat. Why? Because they didn't want to be called Islamophobic.
Racist.
They didn't. Right? They didn't want. Oh, you're a racist for picking. Shut your pie hole, you pimp piece of crap. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, and that's what I wanted to say earlier. It's crazy what the left want to quote unquote show solidarity with, when they allege that they're also for women's rights and all these other things. They're yet supporting this stuff.
Right.
How does that make any sense?
There's a lot of great feminists, real feminists, who call this out, and you're naming it. The feminists of today are no longer feminists. They're women who want to be men. That's it.
Yet Freud was wrong. Anyway, but the penis and all that.
So this is the actual statistics for just the city of Birmingham. 30% of the entire population of Birmingham is Muslim, and that was back in 2021. Yeah, think about that.
There's been almost a 50% growth rate since 2011.
Yeah.
That's a 10 years. 10 years is 46, 45 point, whatever it is.
And you can expect it's even higher now. So this is.
Go ahead.
This is okay. Let's talk about growth. It's growth by birth and it's growth by illegal immigration, and that's the stuff that should make every British soldier, British man, upset. And this is, right now it's probably closer to 40% is what my bet is.
40%. What again?
I'm willing to bet it's closer to 40%.
What? Who are Muslim now?
40% Muslim because of the large amount of Muslims that have come over since.
Yeah.
And here's the thing: if you listen to Tommy Robinson's interviews, he grew up in this. Okay, when it was just really becoming a problem. Okay, and he said one thing that they act as one unit. They're like the Hell's Angels. An attack on one of them is an attack on all of them. Okay.
Yeah, that is part of Islamic belief.
Yeah. So
They are the Ummah, and if you
it's the
attack
Ummah.
one Muslim, you attack the entire nation.
No, seriously. So no Muslim can do no wrong. Okay, all right. And if the police come in to arrest a Muslim for bad behavior, let's say raping white women or British women, okay, it is attacking all the Ummah because now you're calling all Muslims rapists. So therefore, you're Islamophobic, and this cannot be handled. And they go on riots and they burn and they smash and they loot and they pillage and they plunder. Okay. And I am sorry, especially now with this two-tier curve. This guy, he's just handing it over.
Yeah, this. So that you remember the person who did the stabbing, and there was a riot right after that. The person who did the stabbing was Muslim.
I'm sorry, I forgot.
It was who's the dance they copy or dance some pop singer, Taylor Swift.
Oh, Swiftie.
Yeah, they were doing one of her dances at a dance studio, and a Muslim came in. They swore up and down he wasn't Muslim. They swore up and down he was a refugee. His parents were refugees, and he was Muslim. They only talked about his parents' faith being Christian. They wouldn't talk about his faith. As it turns out, he is Muslim. And they went to go burn the refugee home where all of these guys were hanging out. And they got the right faith. They didn't get the right location of where this guy lived.
Oh, my gosh, we got to shut down the country.
They shut down the country because they were learning what was going on, because what's never been revealed is while we found out he was Muslim later, we didn't find out if he was turned to Islam by any of those refugees. So things that they don't want you to know, it's scary.
Yeah.
Well, we've talked several times on this show and other places how I honestly think that London's, they're lost.
It's gone.
It's
knife capital of the world.
What's that?
It's the knife capital of the world.
Right. Yeah.
You can get stabbed for sure.
I think Claire said it plainly the other night on your show, was that the only way to do it is just mass deportations. But the problem is that they don't have the stomach for it. They do not have the ability anymore to stand up for their culture, because they're so fearful of being called racist, Islamophobe, homophobe, whatever, because of the color of their skin. They said, well, you have been in power for so long because you're white, and you white people have committed so much evil in the world. It's time
they're making amends.
Cannot have this. Replace everybody that's not white. It's sick, is what it is. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, it's the German replacement theory.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Well, no, I'm just gonna say you silly kuffar. Dude, the British, they have oppressed all these people of color throughout the world with their colonialism. Oh my God, they're just so horrible, these British, what they've done. So these now modern day British who are wealthy beyond their means because of British colonialism, all of these people are definite benefits of colonialism.
What is Islam as a whole? What is it? Islam as a whole is a colonialist political entity.
I agree with you, Paul, but I'm saying in their mindset, because their families have executed so much wealth beyond their means because of colonialism, they have to actually pay it back to appease their guilt of being so filthy rich and so powerful.
You watch.
Colonialism
starts deporting people. England and Italy and Sweden's starting to. Sweden's slowly starting to. We'll see.
We'll see if Trump can actually do the deportations.
They did a Oh, I know it's not a question. He's already been approved by the Supreme Court. Did an approval of something recently in the past couple weeks, but I mean, Biden's actually got the highest percentage of deportations now.
Say what?
So,
Well, he's got the highest under order of being deportation. They haven't been deported yet. He refused
no,
to
they
deport
have
them.
been. They have been. There's like 500,000 that have been deported.
Oh, right. Well,
already.
That's nothing. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
nothing.
but then you got to look at it. He's let millions in. He's deported, but he's now
right.
has the highest number
I'd like to see
within a
what
year.
the ratio is of the number of people that come in versus the number of people that he's.
Oh, 0.5% maybe for him.
Yeah, that doesn't even work out.
Well,
Okay.
Holman has put out his priorities. He's going to deport the criminals, which they're all criminals, but he's going to deport the actual murderers and rapists and everything like that in this country illegally. Not the ones that have committed the murders and rapes in this country. They go to prison in the United States of America before they get deported. Okay, all right. But the actual ones that we know that have committed murder and rape and other kinds of crimes in their country of origin, they're going to be deported. He's going to deport the terrorists, well, when they can find them. He's going to deport the 1.5 million that are under a deportation order right now that Biden refuses to intercede on. And then, as he says, I'm going to find 500,000 missing children. Okay, that's going to be his priority. Okay. And if any Democrat governor or mayor or police chief objects to any of that, they should be arrested and thrown in jail for aiding and abetting criminals. Period. I am sorry that
Well, there will be judges upset because they will be found out to be complicit, and that's the truth there.
Okay, that was politics. Was last week's show? Did we lose something here?
Play the video. Play the mouse video. The mouse video. Or you want me to find it? This is a great.
You want me
video.
to get that?
Never mind.
Hamas women or?
Yeah, I got it right here. All right, so let's go ahead and read this. Nico, did you want some? Did you have something that you want?
It's just general statistics. We can show it later. Okay, yeah, just basically a poll from 2012. This is in the U.S. Like 58% of Muslim Americans believe criticism of Islam or Muhammad, of course, probably more the latter, is not protected by free speech under the First Amendment. Whatever. 45% believe that those who mock Islam should face criminal charges. 12% believe blaspheming against Islam should be punishable by death. And then one out of four, 26% of young Muslims in America believe suicide bombings are justified. Yeah. I mean, these people that were polled should be, not hunted down. Let me rephrase that word. Should be found out where they should be arrested. Long story short, I don't know why they're running around free.
Well, this is a poll. This is a Islamic or not an Islam. This is a Islamophobic poll. No, I'm just saying this is how it's handled. We were actually told the statistics. I went through Pew Research one night. I went through I don't know how many polls using Pew Research, and I was called an Islamophobe for citing Pew Research. So by citing these polls here, you are therefore an Islamophobe. It's absolutely ridiculous. And this is what is affecting our country. And folks, it's here. This is the type of stuff that you could only dream of if you got stuck in a place like Sukkistan or Pakistan or Afghanistan, Uzbekistan. It doesn't matter which stand that you would go to. This is the type of stuff that you would think would only exist there. But this is being imported into our country. And I'm going to say this. Let me just say this, just so everybody understands. This idea, this notion or this status of not being a teacher anymore and being able to say and without having to worry about 30 people losing their noodle on what I say because I'm a public school teacher is liberating. And I have on Facebook, you guys get on Facebook, you get on there and I on my real Facebook page, I have real Facebook friends, real and I'm not saying that people that are on my Eric TheKafir Facebook page aren't real friends, but these guys, I know these people personally, and I interact with them personally. And I have been ticking off, I don't know how many people within the last couple months, because I'm just letting them have it. All this political PC crap that you had to put up with as an educator and just kind of keep to yourself, I'm letting them have it. I mean, we're so afraid of what's happening with Trump. I'm like, listen, snowflake. And I don't know how many people have, my uncle, my own uncle, my flesh and blood, unfriended and blocked me because he made a post about he's married to a guy, and so that just says enough right there. But I let him have it. I'm like, what do you keep posting this crap for? It's not true. But to the left, anybody that is on the left side of the spectrum, that is involved in homosexuality, involved in education, involved in the trans, all that, you hate Trump. So anything that the idea of Trump becoming president is automatically a threat to your lifestyle. And it's not. It really isn't. But these people have flipped, freaked out, and it's glorious to watch it. But anyway, I'm letting people know what's on my mind.
So yeah, no. Here's the thing. They really are like cutting off family members and out there. I mean, no, they're the most divisive group of people. That's why, in a way, this Mika and Joe thing, even though it's total BS, even though they're groveling, it is just totally disgusting what they're doing. I do think that is actually a good thing, because hopefully they'll stop. No, seriously, they have what they need to apologize. They need to do a mea culpa and say, we lied to you for the past 8 years. We didn't believe none of the crap we were saying. Okay.
Well, now that I have my wood shop, I see my wood shop sign up. Now that I'm operating my wood shop, I listen to podcasts most of the day that I'm out in the shop working. And today I was listening to Megyn Kelly. I don't know if anybody listens.
I love Megyn.
She played a mantra of what Joe Scarborough and Mika Brzezinski, what they said about Trump in the past. Mm-hmm. She just let them have it. Let me tell you a little story about this Mika Brzezinski lady. Okay, she's the daughter of Zbigniew. What was his name? Zbigniew Brzezinski. He was the Secretary of State for Jimmy Carter.
Nixon. No, he was Nixon. Brzezinski was Nixon.
Stay with me on this, okay?
Okay.
When I was in Italy, I always tell people I never went to college. And the reason why I say I never went to college is because I never went off to a college to go to college. I always took my college courses at night after work on an army base. So when I'm in Italy, I'm taking a 20th century Russia class. And the lady that's teaching 20th century Russia was the chief of staff for the Secretary of State Brzezinski I thought it was under Carter, but if it was under Nixon, okay, that's no problem.
Well, no, he served under many presidents. He was.
Listen, I thought it was under Nixon, but that's okay. It's okay. But the stories that she could tell about this guy were just absolutely amazing. And some, I've been blessed to have some great college professors in these classes, and she was just absolutely spectacular. Okay, so let's go ahead and get away from the politics and go into how the Gazanians are throwing the Hamas holes under the bus. Now, keep in mind what has happened to Gaza. Gaza has become an urban wasteland. Every picture that we have seen from Gaza, film or whatever, essentially shows neighborhoods that you would not want to live in or have to go back to.
It's Dresden, it's Berlin, it's like,
it's these German cities after World War II, just bombed to pieces, just literally bombed into rubble. Yeah, firebombed. So here we have some Gazanians expressing their dissatisfaction with the Hamasals. And now listen to some of these things that these people are saying, because all of these punks on college campuses talking about the rights of the Gazanians and how evil the Jews are nothing but a bunch of punks. Because the fact is, and you're gonna see it in this video, the fact is that these Gazanians are terrified of the Hamasals. And the reason why, the Hamasals are terrorists. They have been terrorizing the Gazan people for God knows how long, since 2006, 2007. And they are admitting now that it's the Hamasals who brought this destruction to them. Go ahead and we're going to go through this and stop it every now and then, but just listen to some of the things that they're saying.
الوضع كله سيء يا بني حسبي الله علشان شاطونا وقتلونا في دورنا ومين قتلوكوا حماس.
Okay, keep in mind the guy that's interviewing him is an Israeli.
حماس اللي قتلتنا حماس اللي صوابتني وقتلتنا حماس مسؤول عن كل اللي بنشوفها هنا كل اللي هي والدمار كله هي الدمار هي.
Okay, so they are admitting that all of this destruction that has happened to the people in Gaza is the responsibility of Hamas. What have we been saying? Good Lord. What have we been saying on this show for the past year? All of these deaths that everybody's been complaining about, and God knows that we abhor that what's happening there as far as the deaths are concerned, the innocent civilians. But it is all the responsibility of the Hamasals. The Israelis are only protecting their own people. And they've had to go into Gaza to uproot the Hamasals because they are so entrenched into this country. They have the people terrified to criticize them. The people are at the point now where they just don't give a damn about what the reprisals are going to be.
I just got to point out how the interviewer is cherry picking who he's interviewing by getting obviously the Islamophobes to interview. All right,
yeah,
just watch. Just watch. There's a lot of Islamophobes here, dude. Just watch, dude.
حسبي الله عليها حماس ينتقم منها حماس دمرونا دمروا اطفالنا دمروا بيوتنا احنا كنا عايشين احنا مهداهم طلعتوا حكمونا بدناش حماس كل الشعب بكره حماس احنا مضطهدين من حماس كنا ليش ما بنسمع صوتكم برا ليش بنموت.
Listen to this. Let me back this up just a hair here. Listen to the question. The whole nation hates Hamas. Now look at what he asked her here. Why don't we hear your voices on the outside? Why don't we hear your voices telling us who's responsible for all this destruction? It's because the Hamasals are killing them. If you spout off, if you would dare to talk and get up itty like this woman here and talk out of line, they'll kill you. What will happen if you speak out against Hamas? That was the question. They kill us. Why? Because they're terrorists. Just like we've been saying. So all you pukes, all of you punks on these college campuses that have been blaming Israel for all of this, why don't you get your butt on a plane, fly to Israel, try to get into Gaza and talk to some of these people?
Where are the trans and queers and gays?
Well, we'll send as many people who want to go. I mean, I'm sure President Trump will offer them a free ride. He'll pay for it.
The deportation plan. That would be
great.
All those who want to go there while they're homosexual, yeah, we'll send you a free ticket.
Listen, back that up. Back that up. Here you go. Here you go, Nico. Here you go. Back that up.
You gotta turn up that sound.
Everyone was chanting. I ululated. You know what the ululated is? Wait, pause it. You know what ululated is? That's when they do. They do the tongue thing. Okay, I ululated when Sinwar died, and they're all chanting down with we hate Hamas, down with Hamas. Okay.
ابن القحبة السنوار اللي يحق عليه طلع شعرك فينا. لعن ابوه.
حب السنوار. كيف الان
spit.
شهر من بداية الحرب كيف ما شفنا اي قوة داخلية محلية اللي بتطلع على حساب حماس.
ما بنقدر.
ليش؟
ما بنقدر. حماس مستخدم القوة في كل مكان.
لسه.
لا ما زالت. يعني أنا مثلا بدي أروح تهتف ضد حماس. يلعن بحكم حماس. بهتف بس بعد شوية
ايش بيصلحينه بيتخوه.
Poor donkey.
Well, this is the problem right here. This guy is the problem. If you speak out against him, I gotta sneeze. Doggone it.
Don't you hate that?
Ah, man. Okay, if you speak out against them, they're going to do what? They're going to turn around and kill you. Okay, are you going to live on your knees, or are you going to die like a man? That's what that's the question. This is where this idea of courage, both physical and moral courage, or more physical and moral courage comes into play. What are you going to do, dude? Well, evidently, this guy has made his choice.
ما بعرف ايش اللي بيجرى لي، فبالتالي عشان انا احافظ على حياتي بضلني ساكت.
كيف انت مش خايف من حماس؟ كيف مش خايف تحكي اللي بتحكي؟
انا حاليا مش خايف من حماس لانه حماس تقريبا مش زي قبل.
Boom, right there. Stop that. He just answered your question. Why are you not afraid of Hamas now? He says, right. Because they're not what they used to be. Why? Because look at the damage here. Now, here's the funny thing. I thought that when they were walking on this, they were walking on a beach. This is not a beach. This is probably a mile from any beach. This was actual city streets that have been pulverized, okay, by Israeli aircraft and artillery. But anyway, continue on.
Come visit beautiful Gaza. With its stunning beaches and charming boardwalks.
It will be.
You can stay in one of our 5-star hotels and get a taste of the best in Middle Eastern food. Embrace the vibrant nightlife of the city and experience a culture rich in tradition that this is what Gaza could have been like without Hamas.
Amen. All right, let's go back to the video.
الحرب مش زي حماس اليوم احنا من الحرب سنة وشهر.
ضعفة؟ ضعفة؟
تقريبا.
حماس شو عملوا؟
Okay, what is the Nakba? You all should know what the Nakba is.
Catastrophe! The catastrophe! Oh my God, when Israel was created, they brought the Nakba, the catastrophe.
Yeah, the catastrophe of the creation of Israel.
Catastrophe,
calling this another Nakba.
They're all spinning.
Whoa! What did that? They took Hamas. Did what? Hamas took away your what?
Who put Hamas in power is the other thing that needs to be said.
Where was it? Okay.
Everything good comes from you, the Israeli people.
Wow, it doesn't get much more real than that.
Finish them off.
Whoa, I was happy when you killed Sinwar. Wow, that is a statement. And what did Sinwar do? This is what she says. That's an undulation, or undulated.
Ulated, yes.
Whatever it means. Your hostages. Okay, so all of these videos, think about this, folks. All these videos that I've been playing, we have been playing, where they've gone on the streets and they've interviewed the Palestinians, whether they're in the West Bank or they're in Gaza, the one common factor, all of them said that they do not want to share the land with the Jews. When we start talking about this two-state solution that our friend Issa, when he comes on here and says, oh, they're a two-state solution. Okay, no, it's not going to happen. But now that this has happened, that might be able to be a possibility now, where you can live peaceably with these people. But I don't know.
Let me just chime in here. Let me just chime in here, Eric. Okay. This is what I've been talking about for years when I say I believe in total war. I do not believe in tit for tat. You kill my dog, I kill your cat. I believe in total war. And what did Israel do when he did this? Is total war. And this is the effect of total war. You destroy everything. You leave them no opportunity to ever recover, okay, from anything, okay? And you make it known, if you continue with this, we are going to continue with this. Here is what you can have: the beaches, the restaurants, the industry, the ports, the airports, you know what I mean, an economy. Well, you can have this total destruction. We do not care one way or the other. Total.
I would choose the cow.
Exactly. Total war. When we go to war, it should be total and complete, not for tit for tat, not limited response or proportional response. I want the response to be overwhelming and totally decapitating and destruction. Okay? That is the only way to end it. That is why we have not heard from Japan. That is why we have not heard from Germany. Do you see what I'm saying? Okay, we destroyed them. We removed their will to fight. Anyway, continue on, please.
وانتو فش بعد السلام.
هذا شيء واقعي.
والله شيء واقعي.
هذا اللي شفنا في 17 بس
الله يجعله ما يصير. الحمد لله ان شاء الله بتمحوهم. ان شاء الله بتمحوهم. ضلكوا وراهم لغايه ما تقتلوهم. سيبنا بيوتنا دمروها عروس.
דבר כזה לא קרה לי במשך 20 שנותיי ככתב בשטחים. לא צריך היה לעשות כלום, פשוט להניח מיקרופון. הם ניגשו אליי, פורקים את התסכול.
Okay, so he's saying that they're coming to him because he's holding the microphone. They're coming to him to tell them what their opinions are. They want to be heard.
את השנאה, את הכאב, את כל מה שנצבר אצלם בשנה האחרונה. ואי אפשר היה להתבלבל במי הם רואים את האויב הגדול.
يا رب تلقاهم القصر 15 من اليهود. اليهود احسن.
الله ونعم الوكيل على اللي ظلمنا. حسبي الله ونعم الوكيل. ظلمك على مين اللي ظلمك؟ اللي ظلمونا حماس اللي ظلمتنا اللي قتلتنا.
هذه شرموطه حماس. هذه النكبه. الله يكتبهم. الله ما يحكم معهم. يا رب يقتلوهم اليهود. اليهود احسن منهم. اليهود بعطونا اكل بعطونا الدنيا.
Okay, so the Hamasals are not taking care of them, didn't take care of them. Who's taking care of them? Oh, I thought it was the Jews who were starving them out. So if you're some punk kid on a campus, again, I can't stand them anymore. Okay, so he's having to tell the lady that a doctor's there, even though he's a Jew. He's there to help him. Don't be afraid.
حماس هذول جزء منكم. هذول فلسطينيين.
Oh, this is the point right here. Look at here. I was watching a Jay Smith video this morning or yesterday one time, and he made a very good point. And this is what this lady is saying. said, look, we're Sunnis. The Hezbollah are Sunnis, but yet they're cooperating with who? The Shia. So by cooperating with the Shia, they have basically sold themselves out for money from the enemy. Because let's not sugarcoat that. The difference between the two sects is almost immeasurable. And one of the most raucous videos I have ever seen was an ISIS fighter. He was basically in tears expressing how much he hates the followers of Ali. And it was just like, you've never seen such anger expressed in somebody. And he was talking about how much he hates them. Now you have the Hamas holes and the people of Hezbollah cooperating with the Shia. Why? Because they want their money. They've basically sold out the Sunni. This is why the Sunnis in the Middle East are no longer supporting the Hamas hole.
Real quick, just a factual correction. I'm sorry. You said that the Hezbollah are Sunni. No, the Hezbollah are Shia.
The Lebanese is what I meant.
Well, all of Hezbollah is total 100% Shia.
Okay.
And no, you're right. They're pulling away from that. But yes, Hamas is supported by Iraq.
Who are they? Okay, who are they ruling over though? They're ruling over the people in Lebanon, correct?
Well, so Lebanon has its sort of
Brad.
Okay, yeah, but we can get into the history lesson. Well, anyway, but
I
continue on with the video.
I'm just saying. Okay. So I wasn't as articulate or definitive as I needed to be.
No, I just had to say for factual thing, Hezbollah is Shia, 100% Shia. Hamas, okay, is supported by Hezbollah and Iran. They get most of their funding. Even though Hamas claims to be Sunni, this is the problem. Like you said, Hamas are Shiite murderer bloodsuckers. But Hamas will say, no, they're Sunni. But no, they don't see it that way because they get all their money and funding from Iran and drug cartels.
They get their money from Qatar. They get their money from any place. Muslims from all over the world will send them guns, but they won't send them money. They'll send them missiles. They won't send them. They'll send them anything to go blow themselves up and kill themselves, but they will not give them money.
Right. Well, either way, okay, they're getting most of their funding, most of their weaponry, most of their training, most of their stuff from Iran, and this is why they are pretty much despised. Okay, now, and besides, they're total complete morons.
Okay, I just pulled it up. Okay, the Lebanese population is made up of Shia, which is 32%, Sunni, so you're right, is 31.2%. And then Christians is Alawites is 6%, and Christians is 25%. So there isn't a majority of Sunni or Shia in Lebanon. But I was speaking
it's complicated.
The Lebanese people itself. Hezbollah is not representative of the majority of the people in Lebanon. Hold on, let me finish. Just as Hamas is not representative of the majority of the people in Gaza. That was
okay.
Let's get back.
Hezbollah is its own entity in Lebanon because the Lebanese government is too weak and fractured. They actually have a foreign terrorist group sponsored by Iran on their southern border. Okay.
Okay. Hold on.
And they can't do nothing about it. There's the Lebanese army, and then there's Hezbollah. Lebanese army said we want.
Hold up. Next week's show is Lebanon.
Okay. All right. We'll discuss that.
I want to point out Adam Seeker is in the house. So, Adam, if you're still watching, come on up. Hit that StreamYard link.
Adam's a talker, too.
And continue on with the thing.
هدول اولادكم انتوا امهات حماس
مش اولادنا هدول مرتزقه.
اللي بشوف الجنود بوزعوا المية على الأطفال على النساء بشربوهم دليل إنه في عندهم إنسانية. وهذا
إذا كان بالعكس إذا هدول كانوا يهود وهاني كانوا حماس مثلا
حماس والله ما بتشربنا نقطة مية والله لا تخليهم عطشانين يروحوا على
Okay, so he's basically saying who's more humane, and it's obvious which one has more humanity in caring to their fellow human beings.
آخر السوافة عطشانين يموتوا بالعطش.
17 كنتوا فرحانين مش هيك؟
لا ما كنا فرحانين، ما كنا فرحانين. هدول الجواسيس الخونة هم اللي عملوا في القطاع هيك. شوف حماس مرزوق مزع أخذ ابني حماس، أخذ ابني حماس وين وداه؟ ليش أخذ ابني مني حماس؟ إيش عمل له؟ إيش عمل للقطاع؟
Oh, by the way, no, stop this real quick. So, okay, you're going to hear, actually, you really haven't seen much on Twitter disputing this video, because all these people, from what I understand, talking to various people who understand the different dialects and accents, these are real Palestinian people. They're talking in Palestinian accents, specifically Gazan accents, okay? This is real. Now, it is edited, and they have multiple cameras and multiple film crews. But no, this is real people, okay? Just spouting their frustration. But bottom line is this, okay? Israel did a good thing by destroying Gaza completely. And Donald Trump, I'm sure, is just looking at it and saying, oh my God, we can put a beachfront hotel there, another hotel here. We can have a casino. You know what I mean? I mean, you know, it's gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be beautiful, people. You're gonna love it. It's gonna be fantastic. Oh my God!
You understand? It's not the position of the Crossing the Crescent discussion group to wish violence on any groups of people, regardless of their religious affiliation. However, in the course of the war, when Rad said that it's a good thing that Israel went and destroyed the Gaza Strip, if that was the only way to uproot the scourge of the Hamas holds, then that is a good thing. It's just unfortunate that, I mean, when you look at the video here, the background, I mean, everything is destroyed. It's going to take years, decades, to get some semblance of order and prosperity back to these people. And it's terrible that it had to happen this way. But this is what happens when you follow the teachings of a pedophile. When the majority of your people think that Muhammad was a prophet and that they should attack Jews whenever they have the opportunity. This is the result.
Yes, and just to correct, hold on, just to correct real quickly. I am all for building hotels, casinos, factories, and all kinds of stuff in the ruins of what Hamas did. This is the ruins of Hamas. Let us build it up, okay, to make it a total jewel, okay?
No.
Of the Mediterranean.
Give them a pen. Don't build it because they'll just use the money to buy more weapons.
I don't think so after this, dude. I think
Well,
they've
I'm
been totally destroyed now.
They will.
They've been totally destroyed now. I don't think so. Watching this video, no, seriously. Here's what I think Trump should do. Trump should go to Gaza, and he should stand in the middle of it and say, listen, I can't do a Trump impression, but listen, we're going to do a poll, and you can vote. Do you love death more than you love life? If you do, vote yes and give us your address.
That would be a good question.
But
no, they will. The people, the Palestinian people, the Palestinians, when they love their children more than they hate us, we will have. And that would be a great question to ask them now. Yes. In the face of all this destruction.
No, and that needs to be done. We're going to do a national poll of Gaza. Do you love death more than the Jews love life? Or do you want to live in a Mediterranean paradise where you can actually make money? شرموطة. Whoa. شرموطة is not bastards.
اشرح لي بالضبط شو صار. اجوا حماس مسلحين حماس
قبل 5 شهور باقي مساعدات بسرقوها طخوني.
They stole it.
بدي اكل طعم اولادي. فجري وهذا كمان ضخوه فجره هذا ضخوه فيكم هذا كان فيزيو كمان ضخوه فجره كمان هذا بقى يقول لك اللي حماس كله اخوات شرموطه مش حماس هذول داعش اخوات شرموطه هذول.
Okay, so again, this is Hamas, how they treat the Gazans. And we actually have a video here that shows how Hamas treats the Gazans. Let me do this. I'm just going to briefly show it because I don't want to spend all night on it, but I want to bring it up here. Let me do this. Stop screen share. Let me present it. Now notice what the title of the video is: Hamas tortures Gazans. And this was a video that David Wood and AP spent, I don't know how long, on their video, showing how people in Gaza, Gazan citizens, were tortured by Hamas. The Hamas folks actually videotaped these torture sessions. Now, when you look at some of these torture scenes here, they beat people, but when you tie somebody up, and look at how they have him positioned. Now, I know some of you, if you have knees like I do, having to put your full weight on your knees like this man is forced to, the amount of pain is just, it's excruciating. I mean, it's just, you can't describe it. And then look what they do to this guy. So now he's barely, look at, I mean, it's just, I think they ask him to stand up here. And he can't even bend his, I mean, look at this poor guy. So you don't really have to beat the slip and snot out of somebody to torture them. It's just putting them in positions. If you've ever had to sit in a position for a long time, those of you who have arthritis, like myself, you would know. Okay, now look what's behind this guy's back. What has he got in his hand there? Can you guys see that? Did you guys see that? I'm sorry. Look what he has in his hand. Oh, there was keys, or what is that?
The old blackjack. Oh, he's got a whip.
Yeah, something to whip this guy with. And look at homie over here. Nothing going to see here. Oh, they're stringing this guy up. Oh. Now notice the common thing is they all got hoods on their head. When I was in Iraq, we would do this to prisoners. I mean, this is what it's basically so they don't have any perception of where you're taking them to, to keep them, with a sandbag on their head or whatever for extended periods of time. You just lose all touch with reality, and it really does drive you insane. And look at this guy. They got him standing on one leg, asking him questions, banging a real tough guy. Look at here. I'm going to do this to you. You're all tied up. This is what look at these Hamas holes. Stand on one leg. Take your shoes out. I'm going to beat your feet. Cinching them up. The back of it. I mean, if you put I don't know. I just can't. It just when we start talking about, what Hamas did to the people of Gaza itself, this video, and the title of the video is Hamas torture. Let me see here. So if you're all interested in going and go to YouTube, Hamas tortures Gazans. That's the title of the video. And it's 47 minutes long. And it's nothing but videotape Gazan or Hamas holes videotaping their own interrogation, torture of their own people. So when this poor guy says that, hey, they shot me in the leg, And people say, "Oh, you can't prove that." No. This is what they do. This is exactly what they do to their own people. And now we have proof. We have absolute God's honest proof of them doing it.
عشان الحرب ولا حماس؟
الحماس هم.
حماس اخوك؟
من حماس، كله من حماس.
كل هدول المشلولين اللي بشوف كلهم من حماس؟
حماس هي هبيه يا زلمه.
هاي في قطر اخو الشرموطه بتكلم بياكله واحنا خد انا طلع هذا جيش بني ادم جيش برا عالجني جيش بيقولوا جيش مجرم هم عالجوني جابوا له ميه جابوا له اكل خد.
Okay, so the IDF is the one that provided him first aid. IDF brings him first aid, brings him water, brings him food. What do the Hamas bring him? A bullet.
هذا جر وطخان اخو الشرموطه جو ساعدني الله يحميهم الله يقويهم يا رب يجونا ميه الله يحميكم الله ينصركم عشان بقيت اسرق اكل لاولادي طخوا كمان طخوني في رجلي حماس هي اللي نكبونا حسبنا الله عليهم الله ينصركم
Hamas brought the Nakba on us.
ينصركم عليهم
Catastrophe.
عليهم الله ينصركم على حماس على حماس
تعرفوا انه العالم كله ضد اسرائيل، العالم بيقول انه اسرائيل دمرت
انتم من
غزه
الانسانيه مش يحملها من الانسانيه، انتم بتدخلوا اكل مش بتدخلوش اكل لهم بيسرقوه.
Whoa, what is that? No, they bring, okay, so all that humanitarian food that's getting shipped into Gaza, what does he say? They steal.
The Hamas have been stealing. This is one of the things the Israelis have been telling Biden over and over, stop shipping food in there, stop insisting we send trucks in there, because Hamas steals it and will not give it to their own people.
Right. Do you guys remember, this would have been 1993, in a little African country called Somalia. Do you remember what they were doing to the Somalian people? This huge famine, so-called, that had swept the country, and the UN is sending in all of this food to feed the Somalis. And who was stealing?
Warlords took all the food and used it to finance more guns.
Yep. Farah Adid was stealing, and he was in charge of I can't remember the name of the gang that was running Somalia at the time. And this is and Somalia, oh, by the way, is 99.9% Christian. And this is what, they're not Christian. What are they? They're 99.9% Muslim. That's exactly right. Gee, shocker.
بيبيعوه وقبضوا على اخوه بياخذوا الكراتين الكبار وبيضحكوا علينا بعلبتين فول وياخذ بيضحكوا علينا بعلبتين فول بيضحكوا علينا
احاول افهم شيء اسرائيل يعني بتسمح لهدول الشاحنات يفوتوا على شمال غزه
بسرقوها
حماس بيسرقوها
اظن ميت من الجوع احسن لي
امام عيونكم سرقوها
قدام عيني قدام عيني
And if you say a word about them stealing it, what happens to you? They're going to shoot you.
كلمت بطخوك بكون على شحون زي كيف بيطلع على الشحن هيك بالدبسه وين بخطك الشهان وين بطخ الشحان على اللحم بطخ عشان يشلك.
انا عارف راح اطلع من هنا حماس الطخنه راح الطخنه انا هلقيت شهيده
عشان اللي حكيتي
عشان حكيت.
Why were they going to shoot her? Because she talked to a Jew. She talked to her.
Notice what also she says. She says, I'm now a shahada.
Right. Shaheed. Yeah. Yeah, sure. Yeah. That's a martyr.
I'm now a martyr. Yeah, because I talked.
Yeah.
No, real quick question on Eric. Okay. I'm looking at this. Like I said, when I saw this and they were walking across sand, I thought they were on a beach route. Okay, they were walking across the beach. They're not at the beach. This is blown up buildings that where they're walking on. They're actually walking on the pulverized rubble because the streets are not that wide. Okay, you know what I mean? Okay, I'm wondering.
It looks like sand to me. Now, whether it's on the or not, it doesn't have to be on the beach, but it does look like sand.
But no, look at the difference. Okay, you got a building on the right, you got a building on the left. And they're far spaced out. What I'm asking, and I'm looking at a lot of these videos, somebody has to go through there with earth-moving material and clear massive paths. You know what I mean? I'm just wondering, is that what was done? This is now the cleanup? I mean, no, that is definitely not on the beach. That is going through a major intersection in Gaza City somewhere, or wherever they're at, where they're standing right now used to be buildings. Okay? You know what I mean?
I don't know. I don't know. But what I do know is that they're walking through sand, and what I feel pity. There was a picture of that guy that was he wasn't pushing somebody in a wheelchair, he was pulling them. And if any of y'all ever been to the beach and you've had to haul a butt ton of stuff down to the beach, chairs and boogie boards,
chairs and stand don't mix. They just
and those tires. And I got a one of those Academy sports wagons. We got the big, thick, wide wheels on it, and that's still a pain to pull in the sand. To pull somebody on a wheelchair where the wheels are only that wide through that stuff has got to be complete torture. I mean, it's just I
used to take people to the beach that were in wheelchairs, and that was it was torture.
Because it just goes right down into the sand. I mean, it's terrible. And so when we look at these people, and you might be right, Rand. I mean, of course they're not on the beach itself, but they are definitely being forced to walk through what used to be asphalt roads and places that were easily to traverse, and your heart just bleeds for these people.
I'm looking for the timeshare condos that is going to be in New Gaza City after they rebuild this and the Jews take over. I'm serious.
Trump to develop it. I don't know. Maybe that's the next thing Trump's going to do. Look to Gaza to buy up cheap property. No.
أنا بتوقع إنه تنتهي الحرب عندما يعود الأسرى المختطفين إلى ديارهم. اليهود طبعا المختطفين عندما اختطفوا في 7 أكتوبر إلى ديارهم إلى إسرائيل إن شاء الله.
When so he's asking when those hostages are going to be returned. My question is why not now? Why not immediately? Why, if there's this much sentiment, and I would like to think that this is the growing sentiment within the country, but doggone, those hostages have been in there for over a year, and even if they are returned, think of how the mental condition that they're going to be in, the psychological scarring. It's got to be terrible. I couldn't imagine.
וכך זה נראה. כל האנשים האלה שאתם רואים לידינו הם אנשי חמאס, אנשי ג'יהאד איסלאמי. אחד מהאנשים האלה, אינני יודע מי הוא מ"מ בנוח'בה שהשתתף ב7 באוקטובר. ככה נראה האויב הגדול ביותר של מדינת ישראל, האויב שהשתתף ב7 באוקטובר, והתמונה הזו זו תנועת כניעה של חמאס, תנועת ניצחון של ישראל, חלק מאותם חמושים שחלקם לחמו ממש עד לימים האחרונים במחנה פליטים ג'באליה, וכעת מרימים ידיים ונכנעים.
זה מעיד על שבירה. כלומר, לצורך העניין אתמול הוצאנו מפה 50 מחבלים כחלק מן הקז, אנשים שפשוט הרימו ידיים והחליטו שהם לא נלחמים.
Okay, so when you look at all those Hamas holes being arrested, just as well as I do that they're looking, and their hopes are that they're going to be swapped for hostages. I sure as hell hope that Israel doesn't do that. I really hope and pray that they don't do it. Every single one of those guys.
Can I make a real quick point here? That the progressive people here in America, they think they have it so bad. But when I see stuff like that, I'm like, that is the real fear factor. Not some reality show in America. This is the real thing.
Yeah, those are when you want to see evil, there they are, right there.
Well, that's what I tell the leftists that I encounter, even in the real world. I say, you know what? Living in the United States of America, we got a good thing. We got it real easy when they're complaining about how horrible it is to live in America. I'm like, go to Gaza. Go to South America. Go to Africa. Go to any place that has not been developed. You will not like it. You will not survive. It will not be a good thing for you. They don't realize this. But honestly, the hostages, well, Netanyahu came out and slammed Biden. Did you see that? Netanyahu came out and said he prevented us from rescuing United States hostages.
Right, yeah. I see that, but that makes perfectly good sense. You know, if I'm Netanyahu right now, I would take Biden and throw his butt under a bus.
Everybody is.
Yeah, that whole.
Did you see what they did to him? Wait, I'm sorry, I don't want to get political, but did you see what they did to him in Brazil? They put him in, our president is put in the back for the group photo.
I didn't see that part, but what I did see was that they didn't give him the red carpet treatment or something. They just told him to get off the plane.
Biden is in the back row of a 2 lines, and he's in the back right, and you almost can't see him.
Yeah, for the group photo of the NG, whatever it is, okay, or the G7, whatever it is. Okay, he's in the back row. All right, hold on, it gets worse. He meets with Chairman Z or whatever from China, and he says, "I'm going to work with Trump. Goodbye. Thank you for meeting with me." He's totally just go away.
Okay, so we are fast approaching this Kafir's bedtime. And I see our brother Adam Seeker came tonight. It's good to see Adam. What is that? What do you got on top of your little target thing there? What is that? Is that like a skiing hat where you're spending some time out in the slopes, or
I thought you were a Kafirophobe. You should know what kind of a cap it is.
Well, I'm the king of the Kafirs. Well, I thought maybe Robert Spencer is the king of the Kafirs, but I'm in the top 10. How are you?
I am doing very well, thank you. And by the way, it seems like a lot of garbage people are here.
Right. Yeah. And I don't know if they are wearing their garbage bags. I'm going to tell you. Okay.
It's the garbage people according to Biden.
Right. Yeah. And I'm going to the inauguration. I'm getting tickets to go to the inauguration. Believe it or not, I'm already going through my congressman.
Are you going to wear a garbage bag?
I'm going to wear a garbage bag. That's how petty I am. My wife's not going to, but I'm going to wear a garbage. I'm going to take one. I'm going to see how everybody reacts when we get there. But
no, you are going to inauguration, so you should wear a garbage bag. That'll be fun to watch.
It'll be interesting. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how many people walking around with garbage bags. I bet there's a good percentage of people. I don't want to say for sure. What's your opinion of all this? These some assholes and people speaking out on this. I mean, is this something that you would say is very unusual, considering they're talking about people within the Ummah?
I fully agree with whatever you showed, and this has been happening for quite some time already. If you go to my X account, formerly known as Twitter, you'll see I've shared a lot of videos about Pallywood. Now it is Gaza Wood as well, Gaza Wood and Pallywood. So it's all there, and I've shared a lot of videos on these. And at the end of the day, deception, what is deception according to Muhammad, and you have to win it no matter what. So do whatever kind of deception you need to do, and they are doing exactly that. At the end of the day, for a Muslim to kill a Muslim to win the war against kuffar is very easy and okay, because you are hypocrite, munafiq. You are not even in the war, in the jihad, because Muhammad said if the jihad is obligatory upon it and you won't go, Allah said in the Quran chapter number 9, Muhammad, don't even offer funeral prayer for them. Full stop. Bye bye. Tata. So if Muhammad can't even offer funeral prayer,
what are you saying? Are you saying if you're a Muslim? Hold on, let me make sure I get this right. If you're a Muslim and you fight with the kuffar. Is that what you're saying?
If you are a Muslim and the jihad is become obligatory, right? And you don't go to jihad.
Oh, you don't go. Okay, right. Okay.
Then even your funeral prayer cannot be prayed.
Okay.
Okay, because the funeral can only happen of a Muslim. It cannot happen of a kafir. That is Quran chapter number 9, verse number 84. Allah stopped Muhammad to even offer the funeral prayer of these people who are not going with Muhammad to jihad when jihad was called upon. So all of these people who are supposedly Muslim and not fighting with Hamas, like with as a joint venture of Hamas with the Israelis, then by definition of Islam, these people can be killed. They're kuffar, same like Israelis.
Right.
So hence killing them, shooting them, taking their food or doing anything, it doesn't it doesn't impact anything. So if if somebody says, hey, Hamas is not even a Muslim because they are doing this, stupidity. They are Muslims, they are following the Quran to the dot, and these so-called moderate Western Muslims are idiots, and or they are not, and they are knowledgeable, and they are deceiving the whites of the West.
Okay, so what about the people? What about these men who said that they were only trying to get food for their families? They're Muslim.
What family? Kuffar family?
Their family.
That's Kafir family, right?
How
So
is
the
that?
Muslim family, like I said, if they are not joining hands with Hamas to fight with Israel, they are Kafir at this moment.
Okay, so if you got like a 2-year-old, 3-year-old, they're kafirs. Is that?
So they are the children of kuffar. Sahih Muslim, Sahih Bukhari, Sunan Ibn Majah all said that if they are children of kuffar, they are with them. They are among them. Full stop. Bye bye.
How flippant evil is that? I mean, it's just for us Westerners, and I'm including you because you've lived in the West for.
You are a white. You are a white supremacist as well already. So you are racist when you say anything.
Right? Yeah, I get it, but what I just can't. It's just almost unfathomable that people would think like that. Where you would deprive children of basic food and the ability to survive, and then when a father, a mother, somebody in the family tries to keep them alive, well, you shoot them to support you. I mean, that's so antithetical to the Christian Judeo-Christian ethic that I don't know. And you growing up in this, it's easy for you to understand. It's easy for you to interpret. I'm sure that you don't agree with it anymore. But I'm just saying that it's just. I don't know.
Let me give you an analogy.
Personally, can you see how evil this is? I mean, from your. Go ahead.
Let me give you an analogy. When Romans were in power and they had gladiators and slaves in their homes where they were giving them very small little clothes, and whenever they wanted to have sex with them, they could have sex with them. And they will put the slaves in the gladiator wars and make them kill each other. Do you think that they would consider it immoral at that time?
No, of course not.
Perfect. So that's what I'm saying. When a person is brought up in this kind of a culture where these things are considered moral, these are called subjective moralities. Not objective. Objective, it comes in when you have an objective thing to read, to acknowledge and accept. Otherwise, these are subjective moralities which have changed with time. There was a time even in the West when you are a gay, you will be looked down upon. And now if you are not a gay, you are looked down upon that, hey, you hate gays?
Right.
You white so-called Christian? So on and so forth. So you understand what I'm saying? So the whole idea is that these moralities are differently defined in different cultures, even from 2,000, 3,000 years ago till now as well, or maybe 5,000 years ago. The people of Moses, the Hebrew Israelites, were under slavery of those people, and nobody has any excuse at that time. They were all good, right? They had all moral, the pharaohs and everyone, Egyptians. See, so this is like How can you say that these Hamasis are immoral? They are not immoral. They are victims. They are victims of Islam. They are victims of Islam, and they are victims of Muhammad and Allah. They made them like this. Until unless you will destroy this ideology from within, these people, one will die and two will stand up.
Well, and I agree with you. I agree with you that when we look throughout history, this is the norm in a lot of cultures. But when we look again at the Judeo-Christian ethic, this is not the norm. This is actually the opposite, and an abuse of the abuse of using Christ, the abuse of using God, the God of the Old Testament, as an excuse to completely, to treat people inhumanely. Let's just put it that way. And so when we see this, especially when you look at Islam, which tries to attach itself to the Judeo-Christian tradition, and you see this type of behavior on how they treat their own people for only trying to feed their own flippin' children, for God's sake, it just, it tears your hearts out. It really does. And I think this is a good description right here. This is probably the best description right there. They're just wicked people.
I would say they are not wicked. They are made wicked because of this ideology. Otherwise, they are just like you, me, and everyone else.
Well, I agree. Oh, no. Oh, good. That's a great point. I agree 100%. It is this teaching, this tautology, this ideology that is forced upon their hearts. I mean, anybody that would think, and anybody, Adam, come on, you know this, just what I do. Anybody that would think that it is okay, and a man who did what Muhammad did to little Aisha when he was 54 and she was 9, is sunnah, is something for them to follow.
Yeah.
That is just pure flippant evil. It is this mindset, is this ideology that darkens their heart, that darkens their soul. This is why I make the case, and I made it several times on the show. And maybe we got to do this next week instead of talking about Lebanon, Brad, is talking about how Islam destroys somebody's own morality.
Absolutely.
We could do that. We could bring up all the YouTubers and the Twitter people that all of a sudden, does it destroy their morality or does it attract the pedophiles?
There you go.
I'm just saying.
That law was passed that 9-year-olds in Islam can be married. 9-year-old girls. It became a law, from what I understand.
That's in Iraq. It was proposed. I'll double check.
I'm sorry. 9 years old can be given to a man to have sex with in marriage. A 1-day-old can be married, but you cannot have sex with 1 day. A 1-month-old can be married. 9 years old can go with the man in marriage. So that's the difference. And this is Sharia.
Didn't we just hold on, Rat? Didn't we just Paul? Didn't we just have? Didn't Iran just pass? Or no? Was it Iraq? It was Iraq.
Yeah, Iraq. It's Iraq.
It was already in Iran. Iraq already passed this law.
So the funny thing here is that their constitutions, or whatever you want to call them, in Afghanistan and in Iraq, allow for Sharia to run the country. So you can marry. I mean, Adam's 100% right. You don't need this law because they say they're run by Sharia. So legally, they could just do the marriages anyways.
Okay, stop. Okay. Listen, Eric, are you proud for fighting for this? Because you fought for Iraq. I'm sorry, I hate to bust your balls on this, but I'm just saying, we had a good
Department
guy.
idiots did this to you.
Yes, but no, we had a good guy. No, we had a good guy, Saddam Hussein. He hated Muslims more than we do.
Okay,
and he kept them in check. I'm just saying.
Backstage.
I have admin powers. I'm just saying. No, but Paul is right. It's the State Department.
I've got a question.
George W.
Sorry. I got a question for Adam, if that's all right. Yeah, just because of your unique perspective. Something I've been wondering myself for a few years now is just basically what you've already touched upon, but just the perception of someone who's Muslim, who was raised in these predominantly Islamic lands, but also has access to technology, to, you know, cell phones and YouTube and all this Western influence, or even, you know, you're living close to the Holy Land, whether, you know, it's you consider Jewish or Christian or whatever, so you have contact with these people, and therefore I mean, what I'm trying to get at is, as a Muslim living in these lands, are you completely unaware of this reality, or is it something that you're aware of, yet choose to ignore, denounce, or so on?
Know the reality of the Judeo-Christian values or their
Yes.
Bible. Okay.
Or the life or the mindset, the culture.
99.9% of the Muslims will never read the Bible. Full stop. I picked up the Bible to read when I left Islam, maybe 3 months after I left Islam. And I had no idea that it has Old Testament and New Testament in it. For me, at that time, Bible was the words of Jesus, Injil. And I had no idea Torah is in there as well. I had no idea Psalms is in there as well. So 99.9% Muslims will never pick up the Bible whatsoever. But they all will believe wholeheartedly that Bible has been corrupted. Hence, whatever values and norms they are believing in has no value or no say upon Islam, because it has already been corrupted. Not that the Quran is saying, but that is the teaching that has been given to each and every single Muslim.
Well, I mean, you know, I know it might sound silly to some, but it sounds sad to me to be able to live in such a sacred place and then not even be able to appreciate it or understand it.
Ask Adam about his Urdu channel and how many people have come out of Islam because he's able to communicate with these people using technology and exposing number one, exposing Islam, but also being able to provide the true message of Jesus Christ. Let me ask Adam that question.
Okay, I got the question. You don't have to repeat the question. So in June or May of 2024, the Islamic community of Pakistan filed a report to the Supreme Court of Pakistan against me, because I already have 6 courts of law filed against me. I'm a criminal in Pakistan just because I left Islam and I'm exposing Islam. There are 6 counts of laws against me, and if I'm found in Pakistan, I will be hanged till that, according to Islamic Code of Law. These are upon me. So they filed a case against me in the Supreme Court of Pakistan, saying that I have led astray over 1 million Pakistanis into falsehood of Christianity. That's their claim against me.
Bravo. Beautiful. Thanks for sharing that.
Only I could be, if only all of us could be as guilty of that crime. I would love to be guilty of that crime, just in one, just one person. But to have a country come out and, you know what you ought to do is you ought to make that your what do we call avatar? Is that Supreme Court? I would. That's something that when you get to heaven, that's something that you can just say, hey, look, I got some cred here. I know I'm only, but
I don't think I will have to show Christ anything at that time.
You know what I'm saying, though. I'm just saying.
But it's not about Allah.
No, that's
gonna say,
your mansion.
hey,
That's
your
mansion.
hand could speak and your skin could speak and all that BS.
That is good. He'd start busting on you with your accent and say, "Could you speak a little more clear?" But okay, Look, guys, it's did I tell you I'm old? It's getting past my.
Dude, you're retired.
Hey,
You're retired.
you are earlier than I am.
Eric, I thought you make 2-hour streams. It's only 1 hour and 36 minutes right now. I thought you make 2-hour long streams. What happened?
We started.
Stop. Everybody stop. Everybody stop. Eric is retired.
Oh, I thought you were saying
when
you
Eric,
started.
wait. And when Eric was working, I would get, well, I don't know if he's mad at me or he hates me or whatever, but when Eric was working, I used to get DMs or messages on Twitter at least 3-4 times a day, and we would talk a couple times a week on the phone. But now, since Eric is retired, he's like really, really busy.
Grandpa, that's what it is.
Yeah. And wait, no. He sold his fishing boat because he said, I'm just going to be sitting here retired fishing.
No kidding. You sold your fishing boat? People get retired and they buy a fishing boat. You get retired and you sold your fishing boat?
I know I did. Well, I have no room in my driveway in the back, and I opened my wood shop. I tell you what I'm doing. This right here. I opened a wood shop, and I'm doing what I've always wanted to do, and that is make sawdust. Now, whether or not I'm able to do other things with the wood that I'm cutting up is, but but it's taking all my time. And plus the grandkids, like I said last night, what did I do yesterday? I took my grandson hunting. His shotgun.
No kidding. You hunting what? Deers?
What?
Are you hunting deers?
No, we went squirrel hunting. And
squirrel hunting?
You can't do that. That's so that's so mean. I'm not your friend
do they taste good, Eric?
Squirrel, it's just like chicken, man. It's the
no, you're so mean. No. I hate you now.
I hated it.
My son goes squirrel hunting.
I voted for Trump because of the raccoon and squirrel that the Democrats murdered and assassinated. And you're out there hunting squirrel?
We're turning into Haitians here. Yeah, I'm
eating pets, dogs and cats.
I mean, it wasn't just that. And then Saturday I had my granddaughter, and Friday I was at the school. It's just I am, and everybody was telling me this. You are going to be busier once you become retired than you were when you're working. And you know what?
I told you that.
Right, Paul, and you're absolutely right. I am busier now than I have ever been in my life. And you know what? This is how much stress I have in my life. None. I have zero stress in my life because I do exactly what I want to. But I'm busy, but I do what. Thank you.
Right.
Okay, Ed. Look at that. Ed, you're exactly right. Fried up squirrel with a little.
I am protesting. Can you see my avatar now? I am protesting against you. You just can't shoot a squirrel. No, they are so cute.
Oh,
for raccoon and squirrel.
I hunt raccoon and eat raccoon. I don't hunt possum and eat possum. I ain't taking happens on the Beverly Hillbillies, but
they murdered the squirrel. They assassinated.
We didn't get any. We didn't get any yesterday. If that makes any of you happy, we went out and we didn't get. We saw a couple, but like I said, his shotgun was
shotgun. Dude,
don't. Rad. I used to rifle. I told him. I told my grandson. I said, look, if you're a girl, if you use a shotgun when you hunt for squirrel, yeah. Then, no offense, Darcy, but.
That's so mean. Again, okay, Darcy, you can start protesting.
I was going to say I've never heard of anybody shooting a squirrel with a shotgun. It's usually a rifle.
Well, he's 12. He's not a very big guy, and this is a youth type 20 gauge shotgun. And,
shotguns give much more punch than a rifle.
well, look at Ed. 16. There'd be nothing left of a squirrel if you hit it with a stick.
I was gonna say.
I use the 22, the Ruger 1022. It's an old wood stock. Got a scope on it. I can hit a squirrel a mile away with that thing.
You
But
get a 770 pump action pellet gun with the scope. No,
I
I'm
only have a
serious.
12 gauge. So can I hunt a squirrel?
Wait, no, seriously. I grew up in the 70s, and back in the 70s in Alsop or Blue Island, it was a big deal for my cousins to hunt squirrels and cut their tail off to make fake, raccoon skin.
Or you put them on the sissy bar on the back of your bike.
Yeah, exactly. No, exactly. Okay. Anyway, and they didn't use no shotguns or rifles. They used a Red Ryder BB gun, or at the best, a 10 pump, okay, with a scope, or without a scope.
I gotta call BS on the BB gun with the squirrel. No.
Oh, yes.
No.
Oh, you can't shoot your eye out, kid.
Yes. I'm telling you, my cousins did that, dude. And they put it on their bikes or BMX.
I used to go out shooting BB guns. Nope.
All right, guys. All right, so I'm going to cut it. I'm going to cut the feed. I think everybody, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys coming.
Real quick, I prefer venison over that little bitty squirrel.
For what?
Venison, deer meat.
Venison. Oh, deer meat. Yeah. My problem with the deer, as a matter of fact, I have deer. We have a pond about maybe 100 yards that way from my house. The deer come down there and they drink from the pond every night. I could sit on my porch with my 308 and bag a deer anytime I wanted to. I just do not have. I just don't have the heart to shoot one of those animals. I just think they're the most beautiful animal, and I just,
And the squirrels aren't, right?
But the squirrels, you're dead if you get.
Okay, tomorrow he'll be.
The squirrels dig holes in your house. So
Eric, you did not tell me this when I visited you in Tennessee way back when. I'm coming out. You got a tree. Well, we don't need a tree. I'm just saying. Well, I'm not climbing a tree, obviously. But no, okay. You can hunt with rifles out there. I will sit out there with your rifle. One of your puny ass deers. Oh, by the way, just to let you know, the deers in Tennessee are like small dogs, right? Am I right?
Yeah, they're not very big. They're not very big down there.
The deers in Illinois are like gigantic blue-sized animals. How much?
You're a couple 100 pounds up here.
Oh yeah,
well,
yeah. The further north you go, the bigger the deer are. That's
that corn. It's that corn fed, dude. They just eat their
they're more abundant down here. There's deer just all over the place down here.
But they're like little small dogs. Well, not small dogs, medium-sized dogs. Am I right?
They're good size. They can get pretty good size, but they're nowhere near as they are up there.
You're not getting a 10-pointer buck out in Tennessee. I'm just saying.
Getting a what?
10-point buck. Oh,
No, they're not. No, they're not that big. Okay, so next week we decided the show is going to be on what? How does Islam destroy the morality of people? I'd appreciate it if you all came back.
Okay.
We're going to be back here, folks. We were going to be back here at 5:30, not 6:30. 5:30 on Monday. Like I said, I still got that Good News Club. We didn't have it this week. There was something going on in the library, so I was able to go to my son's basketball game. But so I'll run from the Good News Club, and I'll be here, turn the room on about 5:15, and we'll start the show at 5:30. Rad, you're going to have to provide a list of notes on how you want to. I'm kidding. I'll get it written up.
I just free stream it, dude. I just free flow.
Yeah, okay. I'll give you a call tomorrow.
Okay.
Are you going to be available tomorrow? I know you got.
I'll be available tomorrow.
All right. God bless everybody. Thank you for coming, and we will see you next week on the Crossing the Crescent discussion group.
All right, God bless.
Advanced student and specialist, that the standard narrative has holes. That's what I'm
that the Muslims were rioting against one another. And as much as we don't want to face the fact, the Muslims were lying sometimes. They were fabricating, they were embellishing, and that might be hard to accept, but that is a reality.